Hey y'all, I'm gonna be reacting to The Promised Neverland Season 2, Episode 9. I will be watching it from Funimation's website, and I'll be starting my reaction from the minutes and 38-second mark in 1, 0, go! Alright, pumped up for days. Yeesh! Even though, yes, the arguments, I kind of feel bad for some of the youngins. Some of them. The thing is, though, I wonder if he's got some kind of relation with him when she gets up, because the way he reacted could also be reacting to Emma's voice, too, though. Could be, but it could also be the first time he's also encountering a demon child, too, so that's probably why he couldn't go through with the kill, too. But yeah, it could also be what Emma's saying, too. Hmm. I mean, my guess is Nora might be afraid that he might forget about his hatred against the demons that he currently has. That's going to be my guess. And he might be scared that it might weaken him if he hesitates. I do love the attitude from Emma, though. I don't know about kinder, though. I think our Emma, she fits the kinder bill a lot more than, say, Norman. But you know what? I could see she's trying to calm Norman's nerves right now. And I guess you could argue that Norman might be the nicest, given the fact that he did want to sacrifice himself in the first season of The Promised Neverland to make sure all the kids got out. Yeah. I mean, who in the world would be happy about that? Because Norman isn't considering that, and him taking everything by himself and him exposing and putting himself out there, he's going to affect the people around him or the people that he leaves behind if something bad were to happen to him. Part of me wants him to see him take up the alpha, but since he has the lowest lifespan left, he's not going to want to do it. Or who knows, he might actually be won over. Oh. Aww. But we know that's not an option for him, though, especially with the way he saw him cough off blood. I mean, the likelihood of him finding some kind of cure for his ailment is just going to be exponentially low. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck. Whoa, whoa. Wait, you can just do that almost instantaneously? Jeez, what would it take to take someone down like Sanju in that case? You know, that explains why Norman looked so scared when he found out that Sanju and Michikato were actually alive. No wonder why he was absolutely terrified. I wonder how she got the nickname Evil Blooded Girl, though. Unless she did something. Yeah, I mean, they ended up running into the wrong woman, sadly. Do like how there you do see her symbolically. Oh, she's actually going to become the thing that she was wanting to kill. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to blame her, though. Oh! Oh, damn! Out of all the people, I'm actually surprised she held back. Oh! I mean, hey, at the very least, he's mentioning that straight up, but still, though. Are his former allies gonna want to forgive him, though? Are they even gonna be rational enough to just let. But he ended up in the hands of someone who absolutely disliked him, though, by all appearances. Wait. Aww. The issue is, though, even if he doesn't want to eradicate them, what's to say demons that have a much more controlled perspective over their free wills now that Sanjo and Michikata are giving off their blood to other demons? What's to say they're not going to retaliate back or just feel a yeah, and plus without Norman's heart being into it, it ain't like they're going to have the capabilities of making the poison that could eviscerate demons anymore, so. Oh, that's awfully. Oh. I actually like how in that scene they gave Barbara a lot of nice characterization there, showing her that she. Although, why am I getting bad vibes about this, though? Oh. And I kind of like how when it comes to that lady and her baby, I'm liking how at the very least they didn't forget about that specific plot point. When it was mentioned a while back that she needed some substance in order to kill her and her child's little element. So it's a nice little emotional touch there. Damn, that's quick! And in hopes it continues being blunders too. Quite the cockiness right there. As for Isabella, I know that she looked hella freaking determined to capture the children. But you know, now that I think about it, who knows if she's actually thinking of playing both sides and she could still have her loyalties towards trying to help out the children because, I don't know, that's my gut feeling. There's got to be more to her than meets the eye. Could be wrong, though. Okay. But it feels like the quality would degrade, though, in utilizing drugs, though. He's talking about his fellow man! What the fuck? Wow, this guy is a special sack of trash. Wow, that is pretty fucking cruel where they can have the variety of people available, yet they're still gonna, to try to keep people online, they're still gonna have lower quality, I wouldn't say any person's lower quality, but lower quality meat available. But hey, you know what? That makes sense. So they're kind of like how in the diamond situations where there's enough supply of diamonds to supply you multiple people, but only a limited amount is sent to certain places in the world to artificially extend their value because there is a monopoly of diamonds with like a set few bits of organizations or people that control the large supply. Kind of reminds me of that. So I kind of do like the some of the messaging in the series too. Oh no. The thing is, are they gonna yeah, do they even have the weaponry? Exactly. Hope she has a plan though. I would actually be surprised if Mujika and Sanjo actually helped them out. Oh, I mean, okay, I guess they're gods. Hmm. Oh, that explains his blood. And why he was able to help out his child then. Huh? I wonder if it had to do with... I wouldn't be surprised if that's the one that... Yeah, I would not be shocked if that specific man ends up being... What was his name? Mineria? The one that left around the messages and their information in multiple farms? That's going to be my guess. No, it has to be that. I don't think they'd be giving that much person that much significance. Yo, so it probably is! Aww. I mean, As fucked up as it is, at the very least, he held on to that. Okay, at least finally we get to see the Okay, I mean, at the very least, now we're getting to see the perspective of some of the more common demon folk that just happens to have a blood where they're not inclined to help people out, but they do have some of the regrets that they didn't do more. Okay, at least you were seeing his rationale for not helping more people out. It ain't too late for him to actually make a change, though, and make a difference. Oh, hey, at least in him giving them that bit of the pen. So the children, at least that's going to be better than absolutely nothing. Okay, you know what? I actually dig that scene. It actually makes the sequences where he's interacting with the children feel like they're have a more importance. At the same time, though, yes, you can kind of argue it does feel a little bit like a plot convenience, though, because it's the kids happening to turn up. Okay, y'all, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that they can find a cure, but this feels like it's a bit too convenient. Aside from finding out their means of getting where they want to go, they also found a device that happened to have information how to cure the elements simultaneously. I mean, there's only so much I can suspend my disbelief. But hey, you know what? I mean, thankfully, though, at the very least, Norman did hesitate. He didn't take the life of the man and his grandchild either, you know? Oh. Aww. Okay, I gotta admit, that's a really darn touching scene right there. And it gives you some optimism, too. Kind of has the message of if you like, people aren't really inherently bad. And if you actually do give them the guidance by telling them the historical context on things, they can become much more understanding of people that have different backgrounds from them. So you know what? I'm actually really digging again the messaging in this episode. I wonder if Vilk always knew that Emma was a human. True, I mean, it was a lot that ended up having a happy end result, but hey! It's an end result of a happy variety regardless, though. Hell yeah, I can't wait to see your kids kick some ass and take some motherfucking names. Oh boy. Wait, do we have a traitor? What the fuck? Oh, that motherfucker. I mean, I guess it makes sense, though, that not everyone that was with the Norman was going to truly be ethical. There were going to be some individuals that are going to be shady as hell. Now, in saying that, let me go on and emphasize what I liked and what I didn't like about this episode. What I liked about it, I thought the episode was pretty darn ambitious. I gotta give it some credit towards that. Because for one, I like the fact that for at the very least, when it comes to this episode, you do see that there is quite a lot of character development. At the very least, when it comes to Norman, he's finally accepting that, yes, when it comes to demons, you can't just treat them all like shit. Some of them haven't really done anything wrong, and they don't deserve to be eviscerated. So, those are the type of elements I did like in this episode. And I do love that scene where you see the Demon Emma actually apologize to Norman for what the other demons have done to the humans. I thought that was a cool scene, showing you just the importance of history, where you kind of want to learn history so that you don't repeat the same mistakes. Now, in saying that though, there was an issue I had about this episode. It's too convenient that the pen had a cure to the disease. I'm like, oh, come on. There was only like so many things in this series that felt forced, but good lord! What the hell? What the hell was that? You know? So that's why when it comes to like this episode, I'm like, there were elements I liked and there were elements that I didn't like. That's why I felt this episode, when it mentioned that there was a cure for a disease, I'm like, okay, sure, of course. And then speaking of which, that pen also happens to just conveniently have the information they need to get to the location that the kids have been striving to go towards for multiple episodes. When it comes to like mentioning the patterns of some of the soldiers or the people they're going to go up against, I'm like, okay, come on now. There's only so many things I can buy before I'm like, my suspension of disbelief is like utterly torn apart. That's why, even though, yes, there were some good character moments and some good messaging, there were bits where the downsides do outweigh the upsides. I'm like, really now, Promise Neverland? Where was the quality of season 1? Where it felt like the running was immaculate, where it felt like everything was layered, detailed. It just feels like it died. That clean, clear-cut Promise Neverland. Now, in saying that though, there are some positives I liked about this episode. It was nice to get to see again Barbara go through some character development and her resisting killing the demon that she saw. We saw her grow as an individual because she resisted the temptation of becoming something that was tormenting her. Because if she would have killed those children without remorse, she would have come at least similar to some of the demons that mistreated her. So there were elements that I liked. I liked Norman becoming more compassionate. So don't get me wrong, there were things like that. And I did like mention the fact that Ray did imply that Emma got really darn lucky that everything turned out fine. So I do love the commentary that's going on in this episode. But it's like hard to believe that when it came to like the pen part, it also mentioned the fact that it was a gate connecting to the human world. I'm like, come on. Literally what we got in this episode was a figurative panacea. So, and that's why I'm so conflicted. That's why I'm moving between talking about the character and the story standpoint. Because There were some character bits that were good, but I gotta go back to the story standpoints that weren't so good. It's like, what the hell? That's why I felt the script in the episode was just an utterly mixed up bag. At least in my opinion. Now, aside from that, I'll give the episode some credit. I do like the tension it brought up with the fact that showing you that Vincent is a traitorous little bastard too. So that was pretty darn interesting if you ask me. So this is going to give tension for the last few episodes of the series. But in saying that though, this episode could have handled things way better though. As for the visuals, they look good. At least the animators are doing their job. Artwork is on model. And I do like the vocal performances. But since it felt like the solution to all their problems is too convenient. I mean, come on. Finding something that shows the location of the gate that they're looking for in the cure. That's what I had to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abyssal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional. I'm going to rate it overall a 4.75 out of 10 because honestly, this is by far the worst Promised Neverland episode by far because I feel like everything is too convenient. In the past, I was like, alright, maybe the kids were able to get out fine because you know, just the luck. And they're all together because scot-free luck. Nope, not anymore. This episode is a complete slap in the face. And yeah, that's why I had to rate this episode below average. Because for me, 5 is average and 10 is exceptional. And this is a 4.75 out of 10. But the only reason why I'm not rating it lower than a 4 is because it did have some good touching moments. But the negatives did outweigh the positives though, unfortunately.